Today we're going to talk about the how-tos for accounts receivable and outstanding insurance. Typically when we come into the office and we're new to you and you're new to us, we want to focus on cash flow. The two areas we're going to talk about today, accounts receivable, which is money you hope to get, and outstanding aging insurance, which is money owed to you from the insurance company, in other words, guaranteed to get. So let's talk about accounts receivable first. Please print out your accounts receivable aging report, the entire report from current to 90 days. Print it out, staple it together. Look at how thick it is. Please don't let that overwhelm you, because at AMP we're going to give you one or two things to do at a time before you master it. Take a look at that over 90-day column, get a highlighter and highlight everything $400 and over. It'll probably be 20 people. Those are the people that you want to call first. If you were to start at the first page of that, by the time you got to the B's or C's, you would have had enough. So of those 20-ish people, perhaps call 5 a day until you're done. Then when you get done with your 20, work with your AMP coach. Here's how I'd like for you to work with your AMP coach. Your AMP coach will give you information about being a detective. And what we mean by that is we're going to ask you not to pick the phone up and say, Mrs. Jones, you have an account balance of $400. How can you pay that? And I know that sounds silly, but be a detective and look in the chart. How many times has she been communicated with or to? How many statements has she been sent? Have we had a log of information about her? Is she a good paying patient? Is she a bad debt? How old is the money? Does she have outstanding treatment? Is that outstanding treatment a cavity that's deep? Read the notes, be a detective. I'm going to throw a scenario at you. It's just made up. Play with the coach. Make a phone call. Have your coach listen to it. Have your coach make the phone call, and you share the dialogue. Within a month's time, you'll be a master. So here's an example. Mrs. Jones, this is Barb from Dr. Smith's office. I'm calling about the outstanding balance that you have. And by the way, this is speaking to Mrs. Jones, not leaving a message. The doctor asked me to call because he's very concerned. Yes, you have a balance, but you also have treatment that's overdue, and he's very concerned it will cause you pain. At that point, just be quiet. If she doesn't have outstanding treatment, but she has an outstanding balance, Mrs. Jones, I'm so glad to connect with you today. We really didn't want to send you any more statements without speaking to you about your outstanding balance. Then be quiet. The key here is to be quiet, allow her to talk. If you can, offer her to take her credit card over the phone if you're allowed to do that in your state, or offer some kind of payment arrangement. Make sure, check with your doctor before. Can you offer a discount to make the balance zero, and can we take care of that today? Offer care credit. Just some ideas for you. So with that one, please work with your coach. The other one I want to talk to you about is outstanding aging insurance. You have, print the whole report, please. You have from 0 to 90 days. In a perfect world, the 60 and 90 days should be zero, and that's going to be our goal for you. Again, not to call all these people today. You have a month or two to get this done. Here's how outstanding insurance works. If you were me and never been in a dental office before, I could walk in with the doctor's tax identification number, address, phone number, maybe social security number, not knowing anything about insurance. I could pick the phone up to Delta Dental and say, hey, this is Barb from Dr. Jones's office. I'm calling about some outstanding claims with Susie, John, and Jack. I've never done this before. What can we do to get paid? And it truly is that simple. The insurance company will ask you some questions, will tell you why the claim is delayed in payment, and all of a sudden you know. Then there's going to be a matter of resubmittal or an approval for payment. Outstanding insurance, if you focus on it, do a couple claims a day, that's all. Call one insurance company that has 2 people on it every day. You will find that you will recover the money, and if you print this report the first working day along with the accounts receivable, the first working day after you close your month, you will find that the outstanding insurance will go to zero, over 60 and over 90. When that happens, you have no more work, so you can focus your work on something else. Please work with your coach, get some more details, and start playing and role-playing with each other on what works for you in your office. Hope this was helpful.